Hello, my name is Jia, and today I'll be talking about the topic of business ethics and corporate social responsibility. These two terms are closely related, and they both point to one thing. The businesses are not isolated entities that exist alone in this world. They are part of society, part of a community, and they have a role to play in in society than just making profits. I'll first talk about a little bit about business ethics and corporate social responsibility, then follow up by an example of a scenario where business ethics are not followed, and we will talk about a Malaysian company that is a leader in CSR, Maybank. Firstly, let's discuss about business ethics. According to Farrell, business ethics is the application of ethical principles and moral standards to business activities, decisions, and relationships in a way that is legal, fair, honest, and socially responsible. So, what does it mean? Well, it means doing the right thing even though no one is watching. Like how we treat our employees, customers, and investors, and society. We have to treat them right. So why are these important? Firstly, trust and reputation. When a company does the right thing, it gains trust from all its stakeholders. This would lead to brand equity. Considering companies like Patagonia or Body Shop, for them it is their ethical reputation that creates brand loyalty among their customers. Second, legal compliance. When a company does the right thing, it avoids going to court. A company with high ethics standards is less likely to be sued by customers or by the government. It is much cheaper for a company to be proactive in ethics than reactive in law. Third, employee morale. People who want to work for companies they believe in. Ethical workplaces attract better talent, improve productivity, and reduce staff turnover. In competitive job markets, this is a genuine competitive advantage. And lastly, sustainable growth. Companies with strong ethical foundations consistently outperform their competitors over the long term. Ethics is not a cost, but an investment. Now, to understand the real consequences of unethical business behavior, let us look at one of the most infamous corporate scandals in history, known as the Enron scandal. Enron was a large American energy company founded in 1985. By the late 1990s, it was celebrated as one of the most innovative companies in the United States, appearing on Fortune magazine's Most Innovative Company list 6 years in a row. However, there's much more behind this success story. It is but a web of deception. In 2001, it was revealed that Enron's executives has been hiding massive debts using highly complex accounting methods, particularly through what are known as special purpose entities, which were off-balance sheet arrangements designed to keep billions of dollars of debt invisible to investors and regulators. What made it worse was Enron's accounting firm, Arthur Andersen, one of the world's most prestigious auditing companies, has approved these misleading financial reports. When Enron's share price collapsed from a peak of nearly 90 USD to less than even 1 USD, everyone, investors, lost everything. The company then filed for bankruptcy in December 2001. So, what does this show? The Enron scandal illustrates four major ethical failures that businesses must guard against. First is financial fraud. Enron's executive deliberately manipulated accounting records to hide billions in debt. This was not an honest mistake, but a carefully planned, calculated, systematic deception that violated the trust of everyone of their investors and employees. Secondly is the lack of transparency. The company actively misled its shareholders about its true financial condition. Transparency is a cornerstone of ethical business, and Enron's leadership abandoned it entirely. Next is corporate greed. Top executives, including CEO Jeffrey Skilling and CFO Andrew Festo, prioritize personal bonuses and stock gains over their ethical responsibilities to the company and its stakeholders. This is a prudent example of how greed can destroy an entire organization. Lastly is failure of auditing. Arthur Andersen, which should have served as an independent check on Enron's financial statements, failed to do so. This shows that the ethics problem was not limited to one company, but spread out throughout the entire oversight ecosystem. The consequences was devastating. Enron declared bankruptcy, and approximately 20,000 employees lost their jobs and their pension savings. Investors lost billions. Arthur Andersen itself also collapsed. And this scandal triggered a major regulatory overhaul. The Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002, a US federal law that strengthened corporate governance, required executives to personally certify the accuracy of financial reports and impose severe crime penalties for financial fraud. The Enron scandal is a powerful reminder that when ethics break down at the top of an organization, the consequences ripple outwards and harm thousands of innocent people who had nothing to do with their wrongdoing. Moving forward, let us now look at what responsible business behavior looks like from the viewpoint of CSR. The World Business Council for Sustainable Development and ISO 26000 defines CSR as a continuing commitment by business to behave ethically and contribute to economic development while improving the quality of life of the workforce, their families, local communities, and society at large. In other words, CSR goes beyond simply not doing harm. It is about actively doing good and contributing to communities, protecting the environment, and supporting sustainable development. So, why is it important? CSR protects the environment by encouraging businesses to reduce carbon emissions, manage waste properly, and learn sustainable production. CSR also supports communities by directing resources towards education, poverty, healthcare, and infrastructure. They also improve brand reputation, where consumers today are more conscious than ever. A company known for its genuine social contributions enjoys stronger customer loyalty and more positive public image. It will also strengthen stakeholder trust. Employees, investors, regulators, and the public all expect businesses to be responsible actors. And finally, CSR supports the United Nations SDGs, a global framework of 17 goals addressing poverty, inequality, climate change, and more. Let us now look at a real and highly relevant example of CSR, Maybank. Maybank is Malaysia's largest bank by assets and market value. It was founded in 1960 and listed on Bursa Malaysia. It operates across 18 countries with over 40,000 employees. It is also widely recognized as one of the leading CSR practitioners in ASEAN region, aligning its initiatives directly with the United Nations SDGs. The first initiative is the RIS program, which stands for Rich Independence and Sustainable Entrepreneurship. This is a flagship program run by Maybank Foundation that supports underserved communities across ASEAN. In 2023 alone, the program trained over 10,000 entrepreneurs and supported microfinancing for marginalized groups including women, persons with disabilities, and low-income households. The second CSR initiative is the Maybank EasyYBIT platform, a digital banking initiative designed to democratize access to financial services for small and medium enterprises, or SMEs, particularly in rural areas of Sabah and Sarawak, and some other underserved regions. This initiative is significant because many small businesses in remote parts of Malaysia have historically been excluded from formal banking. They could not access credit, open business accounts easily. EasyYBIC addresses this by using digital agents networks, simplified account opening, and fast micro loan approvals. In 2024, Maybank reaffirmed a 50 billion SME financing commitment aligned with the national objectives set out under Malaysia's National Entrepreneurship Policy. While Maybank's CSR track record is impressive, there is always room for improvement. Here are my 4 suggestions for strengthening their future CSR activities. First is strengthening the impact measurement and reporting. Maybank should adopt more rigorous standardized metrics to measure and the actual outcomes of its CSR programs. Not just how many people were trained, but what happened to their livelihood 6 months or a year later. The second one is deepen environmental sustainable integration. While Maybank has a sustainability report covering climate and environmental efforts, more can be done to integrate green finance and environmentally responsible lending into its core business. Third, expand indigenous and Orang Asli community inclusion. Malaysia's Orang Asli communities remain among the most economically marginalized in the country. Maybank could create tailored financial literacy and microfinancing programs specifically targeting these communities. And the last one, formalize an employee CSR volunteering framework, a structured program that allows and encourages Maybank's 40,000 and more employees to participate in CSR activities, with dedicated paid volunteering days and community project funds. It will deepen employee engagement and amplify the bank's social impact significantly. To conclude, business ethics and CSR are not optional extras for modern organizations. They are foundational to long-term success and legitimacy. The Aaron scandal taught the world what happens when ethical principles are abandoned in favor of short-term greed. And in contrast, Maybank's CSR initiatives demonstrate that a business can be profitable and purposeful at the same time. As future business professionals, the lesson for all of us is clear. Ethical conduct and social responsibility should not be afterthoughts. They should be embedded into every business decision we make. Thank you very much.